Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video we're going to be looking at the database aspect of the IT SBA. So currently you're seeing my Microsoft Access window, and it usually opens with a table. So I'm going to close this table because for the SBA, what we usually do is to import from Excel instead of having to retype a lot of information. So I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to do the import. So since we're taking it from an external source, you have to click on the option that says external data. Select this option that says new source. So if you realize, on this side it is saying import and link, and in this section it is saying export. So we're importing. Alright, so the first thing that you need to do is to read whatever it is that the screen is asking you, or what the program is asking you to do. So it says your spreadsheet file contains more than one worksheet or range. Which worksheet or range would you like? So I'm going to select the one that I want. Select next. So it's basically just a wizard from here. Does your first row contain column headings? Yes. It says you can specify information about each field you are importing. Select fields in the areas below. So I'm not going to do anything here. I'm just going to go ahead and select next. And in this section, I'm going to select the option that says choose my own primary key and select next. Right, so we would be finished with that. So this is what I would have imported from Excel. So what I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to go ahead and create other sheets, because for the SBA you have to have at least two tables. So I'm going to create two additional tables from this. So I'm not going to edit this table because I want to be careful for if it is that I need to use it again, then the original information will be there. So I'm going to make a copy of this table. Based on my instruction that I'm using, I'm going to name this table and click on OK. So I can now go ahead and edit the information in this table. Select the Home tab and I can go to the Design view. Alright, so this is selected as my primary key, and based on my instruction, it will be used as primary key, so I don't need to edit that information. Alright, so for the member ID, I need to change the field size to 7. So age will be number. Alright, so this field is not needed, so I'm going to delete that field. Neither is this one, so I can delete that as well. Alright, so none of these are needed, so I can delete them. Alright, so another field should be there that we didn't have from the original, so we're going to add that in. So this is going to be calculated. So for year of birth, we're going to subtract the current year, the age from the current year. So we're in 2022 minus. Alright, so we now go to the datasheet view. Click yes. Alright, so this was the field that was added and the calculation is there done correctly. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and create another table. Alright, so to do that, we're going to go make another copy of the original table. Right, so in this table, we do want member ID, but not as the primary key. Right, so these are not required. So get together memberships. Alright, so member ID is in both tables, so you have to ensure that they have the same data type. And the field size. Membership fees currency. This is not needed. These are not needed. I'm going to add the ones that should be added here. Should be 3. For the final field is amount paid, and that is calculated. Alright, so the amount paid will be the membership fee minus the discount. So you just need to select them here. Membership fee. So we're going to go ahead and set the data type, which is calculated, and it should be membership fee. Membership fee minus discounted amount. Right? Alright. So we will now have to populate this section. So it says the fee ID is the primary key. I should have said that before. Well, you can't set it until you actually put the information in. Alright, so it's 3 digits. So I'm just gonna go ahead and enter some counting numbers. Remember, the primary key should not be duplicated, otherwise it will not work as a primary key. Alright, and here just going to randomly put cash and card. Alright, so we can now go ahead and set the primary key in this table. So based on the information, I'm going to make a copy of this table, which is the membership fee table. And I'm going to call it Alright, so this will not be the primary key in this table. We don't need this one. So those are the two that we need, the two first ones. Just making sure because I don't want to have to delete and then I need them. Alright, so we're gonna delete. Alright, what are the other fees that we need for? Alright, category ID, and this will be the primary key, but you cannot set it as a primary key when it is blank. A primary key cannot contain blank values. So you'd have to enter the information first, and then you'll be able to set it as a primary key. The next one is, and this is going to be yes or no. You can go ahead and make some selections. You don't have to, but you can go ahead and just randomly tick some boxes before you do the next field. you can always add or remove selection afterwards. Alright, and then the final field that we're going to add is registration status. And this one is going to be a calculated field. So similar to Excel, Access also has an if function. So we're going to allocate the registration status for the persons based on whether or not their payment status is yes or no. Alright, so it's payment status is equal to yes, then it should registered. If no, alright, so you can look at the formula. You can put the equal sign before it, you don't have to. Alright, and if you realize, I would have included the member ID because I want it to be in the 3 tables. Doesn't have to be, but I want it to be. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I am going to add the information in this table, in this field, so that we can set it as the primary key. And we can also select some additional persons here. So as you can see, as soon as it is selected, then the registration status automatically changes. So I'm going to go ahead and now set the primary key, which is category ID in this table. Alright, so once all the tables are populated and we have our primary key, the next step is to create the relationship among the 3 tables. So you would select the tables that would be used, the tables that will be used to form the relationship, and all you need to do is to drag the primary key from each table to the other, to the field, the corresponding field in that table. So for this one, the corresponding field will be the member ID in the membership table. You can select Enforce and click Create. Alright, so we have an issue there. Oh, sorry, it will be Fee ID. Alright, and in your SBA, you should have one-to-many and many-to-one, but based on the information here, sorry, one-to-many and one-to-one. But based on the information that I have, I don't think I will have one-to-one. But I'm still gonna go ahead and just use what I have. Alright, so I think all of these are one-to-many. Close and save the changes. So once a relationship is created, then you are able to create your queries, your forms, your reports. So in the next video, we'll be doing the queries, the form, and the report.